Hi guys, this is Lada from Astrolada.com, and before I start with the monthly horoscopes for July, I want to make a short announcement that I will be doing a webinar for just £20, I think it's about $28, on the 14th of July, and this webinar will be about Jupiter going into Libra. And anyone who subscribes at the end of the seminar, at the end of the webinar, I'm going to be looking at their personal charts and discussing how it's going to affect them personally, and I'm going to go through all the signs. I'm going to go through the specifics that you're not going to get anywhere on any video online. So subscribe. You can subscribe for this webinar at astroladawebinar@gmail.com. I'll put the email here, and I'll give you all the details how to log in. And if you're not able to log in on the appropriate day, on the 14th of July, when the webinar is on Thursday, the day of Jupiter, of course, because we're talking about Jupiter, you'll get a free recording, and you can send your chart details as well to look at them quickly. And I have another announcement. I'm looking for new psychics, astrologers, and tarot card or angel card readers who want to partner with me on Astrolada.com and who want to work together with me. And yes, if you're interested in such job opportunities, again, write to me at astroladawebinar@gmail.com. Hello Aquarius, this is Lada from Astrolada.com for everyone who has their ascendant, sun or moon in Aquarius with your July 2016 horoscopes. So let's see what the good news are. Mars, the planet that rules our career and has been retrograde in our career sector for a couple of months, is turning direct finally. So what does it mean for us? Well, whether it's your ascendant, sun or moon, women often feel the moon sign very strongly. Men feel the sun sign very strongly, and everyone feels the ascendant sign very strongly. And when Mars goes direct in our 10th house, if you were working very hard on some career project, on some restructuring of the structure of your career or your business, of your social status, now you're going to start seeing the results of that. If you've put a lot of hard efforts whilst Mars was retrograde and maybe you are still not seeing the results, now Mars turns direct, and gradually from July onwards into August, you will start, things will start moving ahead. You have the green light from July to proceed with new projects and with new basically, how do I say, with new projects that will increase your authority, that will increase your status, or you just see the results of old ones such that you've been working on. I can give you an example. I'm finally starting, as I announced at the beginning of the video, to do paid webinars for everyone who wants to know way more in-depth astrology and to learn how to do it. So that's like a brand new service I'll be offering. And to be honest, I wasn't even planning it to do it when Mars goes direct. I tried to do it over the last 3 months, but life spun me in such a way that I just could not proceed with it. There were other things that I was trying to work on, old projects that I was trying to complete, which is what Mars retrograde asks us to do. And now when it just happened so that I scheduled the first one, earliest I could do it is July the 14th, and it corresponds so much with Mars starting to move direct in the house of career and reputation. So that's what you have, the green light. Projects will start unblocking. If you've been trying to find a job, for example, to improve your authority, green card, or if you've had some problems with authorities or problems with an authority figure, whether it's a father or whether it's a boss that was very demanding or pushing you, or some conflict happened there, when Mars starts moving direct, you will also start, this conflict will start resolving there. Okay, and Mars also rules our 3rd house. So when Mars is turning direct, matters of 3rd house will also improve and will also start having an impetus and a push forward. What does it mean? Communication, information, if there were some blockages there, if there was some miscommunicate or some complications of communications, or very charged communications, very conflicted communications, having to arrange or sign some documents or papers, this will all start taking place and start happening. Or if you've been working very hard on improving some skill of yours, which is the 3rd house again, on acquiring new skills or improving your skills, when Mars turns direct, definitely you will see the positive results of those efforts, and they'll start coming into use for you. 3rd house is if there were complications in relationships with associates, teammates, playmates, co-workers, flatmates, mates, associates of any sort, people in your everyday environment, siblings, relatives. Those problems and those issues or stressful situations will start resolving. And third house is, you know, learning new skills, it's communications, it's information, all of those start moving ahead. Okay, what else? There is a square that continues for 4 months between Neptune and Saturn is one of the planets that rules you, Aquarius, that rules us. This is the old ruler of Aquarius, and many Aquarius definitely answer to the Saturn description. So what does it mean? Well, it's Saturn is in our 11th house, first of all, and Neptune is in our 8th house. So Neptune wants to dissolve the boundaries of Saturn in our 11th house. What does it mean? If you have some belief systems or understanding of how friendship should be like, and probably already you started feeling that from last year, gradually this process has been happening, but now it's going to culminate the next 4 months. So Neptune can dissolve some of your friendships. If Saturn tries to keep very strongly to the status quo and what has been and what has always been, and it wants it continue this way in regards to your friendships, in regards to your social status, your social life, Neptune says no. Maybe God has a bigger plan for you. The more you try to control this area of your life, friendship, social status, social recognition from others, the more Neptune will dissolve it. But if you go with the process, Neptune will assist you. Neptune will release you from relationships and friendships in particular, and outdated social positions or group organizations which are just limiting for you and that are chaining you more than helping you, that are more limiting. So Neptune will dissolve such friendships or such groups that you belong to, social situations or following of some sort that you have. But at the same time, Neptune can release the shackles on your beliefs of how such relationships and friendships and where you belong as a social being, what is the right place. For example, for me it is I'm relocating, and because I'm relocating, my whole social structure will be dissolved, and it's getting dissolved already. And my whole friends, they'll be far away, and you should not resist this process. Neptune is stronger than Saturn. Neptune is an outer planet, so Neptune affecting Saturn can dissolve such friendships and again ultimately liberate you in some way as well, to find newer horizons. And in the worst case scenario, you might be, Neptune is a bit deceptive planet. Try not to be deceptive to your friends or make promises you cannot keep, or being ambivalent, or friends might be the same way towards you. So you might feel some kind of tension there, but you know, Neptune will try and forgive. If this happens, forgives. Neptune demands forgiveness by sending an aspect to Saturn in your 7th house, in your 11th house, rather than resentment. And at the same time, Neptune can remove the boundaries of your social recognition. That's a positive thing, you know. If you had a certain circles of followers or people that you have influence over in your social circle, which is Saturn, which is boundaries, now these boundaries can be totally washed away by Neptune. I'm hoping the same happens for me, and I have even huge following from different countries around the world. That's the best case scenario as well, what can happen. Okay, and also 11th house where Saturn is the house of gainfulness and earnings, kind of how gainfulness. So Neptune can dissolve certain sources of income from you, certain sources of gainfulness, but only so because God has a higher plan. So again, don't resist that, don't stress about it, don't worry about that, because Neptune wants to bring new alternatives from the invisible world, new unmanifest alternatives, which is Pisces and Neptune. That's the invisible world. That's where everything is in abundance and is limitless. So that's what Neptune is trying to do. Even if some sources of income or gainfulness go away, new ones will, Neptune by the end of September will open vistas for new such ones. At the same time, Saturn requires you, which is aspect towards Neptune in the 8th house, which is a financial house for us, which is mutual resources and finances, to put some structure. In the 2nd house, not in the 8th. Neptune is in our 2nd house, which is financial house again. It's not mutual, but our own personal finances. So Saturn, with its aspect to Neptune, requires you to put more structure into your finances over the next 3-4 months. Make a budget. If you've been spending limitlessly, maybe maybe there was more expenses that were coming. Saturn now wants you to decrease though, to tighten up the belt, to start regulating your incoming and ingoing expenses as well. And at the same time, you know, Neptune sending a aspect to Saturn in your 11th house of gainfulness will bring new opportunities for creating new resources, which you at the same time you have to regulate tighter. And you know, you might feel a little bit more restricted financially, but at the same time, this is, you know, this is to put order and structure there. So that's about the Saturn Neptune square for us Aquarius. And what about where the planets are right now? Mars, sorry, no, we talked about Mars, Venus, Mercury, and the Sun will be in our 6th house. So they ask us in July to pay attention to our health. It's starting already from June, from around the 19th, 20th of June. The Sun entered into Cancer in our 6th house. But Venus and Mercury are joining it as well to around the 20th of July. There is a strong focus on how to be healthy. There we go. Here's my smoothie. Non-alcoholic smoothie. I'm trying to restrict all those unhealthy habits, and definitely you become more conscious about your health habits, about your routines and structures. You try to put more order, routines and structure, because 6th house is your daily routines, your daily responsibilities and efficiency and order as well. So it's almost like a spring cleaning time for us Aquarius. When the 6th house is triggered, it's the house of naturally that corresponds to the energy of Virgo. Clean up house, be organized, be more efficient, be more orderly. And these planets will really help us, because both the Sun, Mercury and Venus are auspicious, positive planets, so they make us enjoy the process and have our heart put in it, and they make us put more order and manage and organize better our daily routines, our health routines, get a lot more work done, especially those routine work and that are so repetitive, like having to clean the house, having to fix something in the house, having to put order in your files and stuff like that. You know, you can get a lot of done by the 20th of July on such matters. So go ahead with full speed. So thank you so much, Aquarius. Follow me on YouTube, subscribe to me, and please follow me on Facebook, because I have there already 40,000 followers, and I do free readings for people. You can win competitions with free readings with my psychics or with me as well. I post lots of videos, lots of articles, and updates on astrology and updates on spirituality as well. So yeah, I will see you next month.